Easy, but today we're just going to warm everything up so we can get ready. So take your ball, place it to the side, bring your feet into a wide position, and then let's just lift toes up. We're going to feel a sense of pressing down into the ball of the big toe, pressing down into the ball of the fourth and fifth toes, and then reaching down through the center of the heels. You just spread your toes apart, press all the way down into the floor. Let's lift our arms up as we lift the toes with a big breath in. And then exhale, press down, nice and wide, all the way down. Let's do it 3 more times. Big breath in, lifting up. And then exhale all the way. Excellent, good. Yeah, you just want to work with something that's going to give you enough support, and in some cases that you'll be able to hold and challenge. We're going to play around a little bit here today. Let's take our hands down by the side, leave your feet down, side bend over. Reach your ear to the ground, creating lots of space on the side of your body, and then coming all the way up through the center. I love being able to see your comments a little more clearly now, since the new little setup we have going on here. Good, come all the way back up. We're gonna go over to the right again and reach up through the left arm. Big stretch. Take this arm and draw a circle. Bring it all the way down. Good morning. All the way up. And then we'll go to the other side. Reaching all the way over. Drawing a circle, just warming up your shoulder girdle. Bring it all the way up to center, arms out to the side. Just give a big hug as you bend your knees, rounding over. Getting into a nice deep knee bend so you can fold in those ankles. And then as you stand up, open your chest, reaching nice and tall. Good. We're gonna do it again. Rounding over, just warming up the spine, curl your tail under. Feel your footprints into the mat. Press open, chest on the sky. Good. One more time, rounding over. Take a little exhale on the way over. And then a big breath all the way up. Release all the way down. Take your feet about hip width distance apart. We're gonna bring our left hand up. We're gonna take our right knee up, make contact, and then sweep. And we'll be doing it a little faster. Then we're gonna do the other side. Up and sweep. Up and sweep. So let's just find a little rhythm. Don't knock the plants off the shelf. And our whole entire goal for this exercise, it's really to keep the balance, to find the energy, to let the energy go. Still working on the balance, yeah? Good. So as we're working here, we want to be just conscious that this cross of the body is a really nice way to kind of clear out the energy, create space for the next, a little over a half hour we got to move together. We want to start to get the breath going. And I find that like a lot of these somatic practices that I'm introducing, which are just like simple patterns, whether it's breath work or folding in the knees or crossing the body, these ones are really great during times that are a little more stressful, yeah? Let's go 4, 3, 2, sweep all that bad energy. You got it, girl. Yes. Bring your feet a little wider. We're gonna go into some slow squats. So let's bend our knees, going down and then all the way up. We're just getting all our pieces and parts warmed up. I love getting into that systemic heat. What that means is if you're a person who suffers with arthritis or you're rehabilitating an injury that you don't want to put heat directly on, part of this process is to get the whole body warm. Sometimes that's a shower or a sauna. Sometimes it's just doing some big full body movements. Let's go for 4 more. Good. Reach it up. And 3. Excellent. Really deepen through your hips. Stretch up through the crown of your head. One more time. Bend it down. All the way up. All right, let's widen your legs apart a bit more. Take them to a wide position where you can open up your hips. And we're gonna take the left hand to the right knee, bring it over, bending all the way down. Sweep your arms out nice and wide, open your chest. Go to the other side. Reach it up. Good. Reach it over. All the way up. all the way over. Let's go one more time over to the right. We're gonna take a little rotation, so bring that hand down, turn up, reach up, look up if you can. Sink your hips a little deeper if it's possible. Press into both feet and come all the way up through the center. There we go, and over to the other side. Reach, stretch, twist. Good. All right, come all the way back up to center, and then let's heel toe our feet. And we're gonna go ahead and gather up your ball. If you have a pillow, it's gonna work just fine. We're gonna do a little bit of a balance exercise that we will reproduce for some of our core work. First and foremost, stand with your legs as close as you can without feeling like the muscle, the tissue on your thigh is kind of, is getting in the way of your alignment. So, you know, my thighs touch, yours probably do too, maybe not, but sometimes that means I have to take a little bit of space between my ankles just to make sure that I'm in proper alignment and like solid alignment, so I feel like I'm doing a good job standing on 2 feet. So find that alignment for yourself. If your legs are touching, think about drawing them together so 2 legs are acting as one. If they're not touching, think the same exact thing. We're gonna hold onto the ball and just stay here for a moment and just toss the ball. Just watch it. If you are kind of like a person who has multifocal contacts on like me, then you might have to find a space where you can better see the ball. So maybe it's a little farther away from you. Good. And we're just attempting to toss and catch on the feet, is what I'm trying to say. Multitasking in this category is hard. Staying stationed well on 2 feet. Go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Now we're gonna keep throwing the ball, tossing it up just like this, but we're gonna do a little twist of the torso. So your hips and your legs are holding center. You're just tossing the ball over on the right-hand side of your body. If you drop it, just pick it up, no big deal. We're probably gonna drop it. Maybe not now, but it's almost my intention to scramble us up so much, whoops, that we drop it so we can have a little fun. Good, make our way back through center and then take it over to the left. And again, your hips are facing forward. You're just doing the best you can to keep yourself in balance. Nice and long. Remember we talked about your lower back kind of puffing up on Monday. If you can feel that sense of space, that can be helpful. Good. 4, 3, bring it back to center and release. Excellent. Take your feet, just widen them out to the side. We're gonna do a little basketball drill. Take the ball or pillow in one hand, bend your knees, sweep it through, make a little figure 8, sweep it through, little figure 8. Good. Let's go for 4 more nice and slow, and then we're gonna try to pick up the pace. And you're just moving how you can to get the ball to make that shape. Are you ready? Set, go. Little faster, little faster. If you drop it, no big deal. We're twisting our spine, getting into the obliques. One of the things that's really important for me to help you with is to remember that there is more than one way to work your core. It's not just crunches. There's a lot going on. Good, let's go for 8, 7. Can you bend your knees a little deeper? We go. 4, 3, 2, 1. Come all the way up. All right, whether it's a ball or a pillow, bring that down to the mat. I'll do my left foot first. So we're gonna place the full arch of the foot on the ball. Of course, if you need something to hold on to, absolutely you can. I just want you to press down into it and then release. Now, if you have a really one of the dime store, dollar store, beach ball types things, don't pop it, right? Just enough to feel the sole of your foot kind of wrapping around the surface and then releasing. It's slightly massaged, slight weight shift. So we're pressing down into it and release. Good. I'm gonna just put them on my hips. Good. Lift it up, reaching through the crown of the head, pressing down, just feeling that whole entire sole of your foot widening, reaching, in an effort to make a little bit more of a clear connection with the floor when we do some single leg balance. Good, lift it all the way up. Let's go for 2. Press and lift. Good. 1. I just made a little tiny adjustment to my hip too, because I was a little up like this with the hip of the leg. So dropping down, make sure those hips are level. Let's go one more. Good. Come all the way up. Let's go to the other side. Woo, all right. Nice and tall. And here we go, pressing down and release. This seems like one of those exercises that is like neither here nor there. It's not really important, but it's kind of a transitional exercise that hopefully will help us balance a bit better, stand well. Can you feel that the foot you just worked is a little wider, a little more relaxed on the mat? Maybe takes up more space. Honestly, the more we can feel that we do take up space with our feet or with our bodies, the more options we have, more choices we have as we move, because that increases our proprioception. And then just like, you know, from a kind of psychosocial space, when you feel your feet on the ground, it's a little easier to stand in your truth. Yeah. One more here. Press it down. Good. Just leave the ball down there unless it's going to get in the way of your feet. Go back to this little sweeping. See if it feels a little bit more stable to push down into your foot. Lift the other knee up. Good. Allowing our spines to twist, allowing ourselves to feel a little bit more lengthened. Good. Let's go for 8 and 7. Let me know if the music is too loud today. I think I bumped it up more than I normally do. Maybe, maybe not. I think there's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, take that ball. We're going to, let me face this way for you. So let's take our front foot is my back foot. So it's going to be my right foot forward, my left foot back, and the ball here. I'm going to give a little squeeze between my hands. We want to shift the weight onto the front foot. We're going to do this faster, by the way, but I want to show you step by step. Bring the back foot up, and then we're going to rotate so that the ball is kind of right over your hip in a little balance, and we're going to press back and then just get a stretch. Now, because I'm in day like 5 or something of rehab, speed is not a factor. It's about control and proprioception. So we're going to go up and down. That's our pace. Okay, join me when you're ready, and if you need to go slower, then go slower. I do want you to try to avoid going faster because I really do see how I'm articulating my foot down to the ground. Good. Yes. So really using everything you've got in terms of the soles of your feet, in terms of pushing down into the ground to lift up. Good. Reach. Let's go for 4. Press. And then be sure not to just do it with your arms. I just did a little army one. Turn your whole shoulder girdle. Good. I'm glad everybody's feeling the benefits. Last one. Good. And reach and come back in. All right, I'm going to turn the other direction just to keep it facing you. Lunge a bit. Take those hands into the center. Here we go. Up and press. When we press through toe ball heel, it is an effort to practice something we called eccentric control. Eccentric control is moving with gravity, not just flopping down, but controlling our weight lowering to the ground, yeah? Not the easiest thing to do, not the most challenging, definitely takes some thought. Good. Up, are we feeling warmer? Let's go for 4. Reach and stretch. 3. I think I saw Joy here, yes? Yes, I did. The ball might change your opinion of some of the Pilates mat exercises today. We're gonna do a few of them, so good. 2. Woo! One more time. Turn and reach. All right, stand at the end of your mat, reach your ball all the way overhead, feel long. Let that ball kind of take you back into a long arc, a back bend, breathing, and then roll down through the spine. All the way down. Good. Let's make our way down to a seated position. We're going to bring our feet forward, and then I'd like you to go ahead and press the ball into your mid back. You are very welcome. I'm here to share information and hopefully inspiration. All right, so the ball's kind of at that no man's land place. Woo, we're breathing heavy. I might have to grab my water, y'all. Where you have your lower back, of course, and then you have your rib cage. Well, it's really more down here. It's that juncture between the two, okay? So what I'd like you to do is find the space that makes sense to your back, that feels like it's really supported, that feels like it's maybe providing you with a bit of a stretch, and that's kind of around that juncture between your lower back and your upper back. Now we're gonna do one thing, so take your hands out to the side, keep your rib cage pressing against the ball, just unweight your hips slightly and just tuck your tail under a tiny bit and see if that gives you a nicer stretch for your lower back. It may or may not. We're gonna slide those legs forward, take your arms forward just over your knees, and instead of just dropping your weight down, collapsing, that's not what we wanna do. I want you to imagine that you're wrapping two bones of your spine, two vertebrae backward, and then lifting those same two off the ball without losing contact with the ball, okay? Let's do it again. Wrap it back, exhale, press. Every time you wrap back, it's an effort to create more length and space. Every time as you lift up, it's an effort to create a little more connection through your center. So this is where we're going into kind of a little more traditional core work, like you might see. Good, I gotta tell you all, I'm doing my darndest to tag and post and all of the things, and I thank you all for watching the videos, because certainly that helps. But I see some videos that are just like people working out and like maybe saying some stuff over the workout, and there's like a gajillion views, so I feel like I'm doing something wrong, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. It's just like, if anybody out there is a YouTube expert that's not gonna yell at me. I have somebody in my inbox yelling at me like every single weekend. Give me 4 more here every single week. You're not doing this, you're not doing that. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm also not paying you money to yell at me. That's not what we do here, sorry. So 2 more. You all know when I start dialoguing, monologuing, it's because we have to do a lot of repetitions, right? Okay, just so we're clear on that. Take your hands down and just shimmy your hips forward a little bit so that the ball rolls up to more of your upper back, kind of between your shoulder blades. And then let's take our hands behind our head. And then just take a moment to wrap your upper spine, oh so good, around the ball. You may feel some adjustment, you might feel some stretch. Think about the lowest point on your rib cage. Where are your ribs touching the ball? And then think about pressing down into that point in an effort to help lift your head up. So we're not just kind of cranking our necks there. We're wrapping over. Big breath in, let the ribs open in front, and then press the back of your rib cage down to the ground in order to lift your head, neck, and shoulders up. I hope that makes sense for you. Wrapping it over the ball, and then kind of like a little seesaw, this part presses down so this part can press up. I hope that makes sense again. Christina, she made it. Yes, this is the good, well, I like the first half too, but this is the good half. This is the feel good half. Good. Reach it back. Also, I should say, you know, what I've been using in my in-person class, since I teach at a yoga studio, they have bolsters, and I'm like really into using the bolster in place of a ball. So if you happen to have a yoga bolster in your house, that will work too. If you don't have a ball, wrap it back. But there's so many balls out there. Actually, I wonder if I can make one on my merch site. Ooh, good idea. Thanks, Paul. I appreciate you. I hope you're having a good workout. Let's go 2 more. Big breath, exhale, send it down. Okay, we're gonna stay up with the hands behind the head. Just give a gentle twist over to the right, come back to center. Keep the back of your neck long. Sometimes I catch mine shortening up. So we're twisting side to side. Good, thank you, Tracy. Yeah, it is a really good support. We're gonna do 4 more like this. Reach, and back to center, and twist. Good. I always forget there's a delay too. So I'm here, I see your comments, but I'm going a little faster than you. I'm in the future while you're receiving me in the present. Let's do one more each side. That makes me, yeah, ball with flashlight's face. Joy, you're like my merch designer. All right, here we go again. We're gonna twist towards, I'm turning towards the right, pulling the knee to the elbow, and then bringing it to center. Now, I want you to keep sinking down through your rib cage as you twist, come back to center. You can rest on the ball. It's absolutely possible to rest on the ball, but please don't feel, if you are feeling like, hey, not much is going on here, then you wanna start to lift up off the ball a little bit. Yeah, the bolster is amazing, Christina. It's really, I haven't taught, I mean, in truth, I've only taught 2 classes, but I won't teach without it because you have all different abilities coming into class. They all need some help, you know? Let's go for 4. Woo, good. And 3, that's it. Good. And 2, Paul, I want you to do what you need to do. If you want a bicycle, I'll think about where it fits into my plan here. I think we can manage it. Last 2. But if you need to do a bicycle, you know, pedal away, baby. You got it. Hold on here. Take a nice, ooh, big extension over the top. I'll show you where we can do the bicycle. All right, sink those ribs down, come all the way up. We're gonna take a little break away from doing the rolling and from the upper back. Sorry, I'm seeing the pause. I'm like, it distracted me. It's okay. All right, so come up and place the ball. Actually, take it off to the side, come down on your back, and just enjoy that sensation for a moment, right? You feel the width of your back. You feel how much strength and power you have there. It's amazing. It's just like, this is what I want all the time. And actually, before we do the ball, place your heels down. Let's bend our elbows. I'm just holding the ball here. Just do a bridge. I just don't want you to miss out on that good, wide, juicy goodness. Yeah. Do a couple more. Good. Roll it down, and then roll it back up. Good. Roll it down. And one more time, roll it back all the way up to the top. Good. So when you're at the top of your bridge, we're gonna try to inch the ball or your pillow underneath your hips. That's our next piece. And you wanna find the place that feels pretty good, because what we're gonna do is balance up on it. Now, in the event that the ball feels like way too shaky or you're using too much tension in your back, then just go ahead and take your hands, make a triangle, and you can place them just underneath your sacrum. I want you to be comfortable in this one, but it is kind of a great exercise. So bring one knee up and then bring the other one up, and then just let yourself quiver for a moment, because the body's got to figure out where you are and why the hips are high and why the surface is unstable. So shaking is normal here. I'm doing it. You might be doing it too. Now, pay attention to where your pelvis is either touching the ball or the pillow, the mat, your hands, and just see if you can imagine that your intention is to push your hips to the ball. Sorry, it's belly to back to ball to mat. That's what I want to say to you. Abdomen, back, into the ball, into the mat. That's the grounding force that you need. From here, we're gonna just flex the feet and then just do a little toe touch. Your goal is not to arch, so don't change the connection to the ball. Keep that belly back ball mat, and then just touch your heel down and pull it back up. The extra height gives us a little extra challenge to get down, but the focus of the exercise is all on the center. So Christina, you'll love this. I kind of got into the Pilates Reddit board based on my work with the back sink, and SegB is sponsoring it. So there's tons of questions, and for those of you who don't know, Reddit is all anonymous. But in any case, I was like, God, I have so many thoughts about these questions that are coming my way, but to write them out doesn't always do them justice. And also there's a lot of like anatomy technique happy folks on the Pilates subreddit. So I feel like Sometimes it's great, sometimes somebody's answered the question in the way the person needed to. But I thought, wouldn't it be an interesting idea? We got 4 more, you know, when I'm telling stories, we're working, right? Wouldn't it be an interesting idea if I did a couple episodes of Pilates Unfiltered by answering some of those Reddit questions? So I'm pretty excited about it. Good. All right, bring your knees into your chest for a moment. I feel a lot in my quads. You may or may not there too with the hips. All right, the next piece we're gonna do is in preparation for the bicycle. Get excited. We're gonna sink abdomen, back, ball mat. Bring one knee into your chest. This is like your single leg stretch. Reach the other one out nice and long. Let your hip get as open as you can. If you can lower your heel towards the ground without arching your back off the ball, fantastic. If it's not there, fantastic. Put it where it needs to be. I just want that really open hip. And then we're gonna sweep. It's like you're pressing through mud. So you never lose that weight against the ball. We just shift and press. Now I wanna go like Joy, I'm just thinking about all the designs we could do. I used to have this client, I still have the ball. It's a Barbie ball from like 3 million years ago, and I used to have this client who would take the Barbie face and put it, like if I had him hold the ball between his knees, he would just put the face, and he would just yell at Barbie the entire time during the exercises. Good, reach. All right, let's go 3. Crack, crack, crack. And 2. And 1. All right, so that's your option. If you want to go back to that one, it's well within your choices. We're gonna upgrade it to a scissor, all right? Reach one leg up, reach the other out. You can bend them if you need to, and just switch them mid-air. And switch them mid-air, get that stretch. I had no idea, that bouncing got me, you all, the other day. It had been a while. I felt my legs after. Good, and I am just holding onto the ball to kind of stabilize it, because sometimes our weight in an effort to keep our balance can shift quickly, so I'm just trying to manage it. Good. All right, here's our last one, slow. We're gonna do a little faster. Switch, reach, switch, reach. Since we got this bopping music on today. Good, I haven't used this playlist in a while. Reach, reach, last 2, reach, and reach. All right, so rest for a second. I just like to rest on the ball. If you need to come off of it, you can. I'm gonna teach you. I know there's Pilates people here too, so I always giggle. But I'm gonna teach you the most annoyingly technical way to do the bicycle, which actually makes your brain work. So that's why I'm on board with it. So we're gonna have one leg up. We're gonna have the other one out. All right. So the first step is to fold in your knee on the leg that's up. So if your right leg was up, fold your right leg. Then you're gonna fold this hip and open the other. So your legs stay in the same position. Fold in one, open the other as much as you can. Sorry if I'm yelling in the mic. Third step is to stretch the bottom leg out and stretch both legs apart. So it goes 1, 2, 3, stretch, 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 4. We bend, switch the hips, stretch the bottom leg out super wide. Here we go into the club. Bend and switch and reach. It's like we're in a spin class. Really, really slow. And bend, switch, reach. If your brain is frying trying to figure this out, I get it. Switch. Try being tested on this one in front of 16 of your most feared peers. Reach it out, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Bend your top knee, switch legs. Stretch the bottom leg. One more time. Bend your top knee, switch legs, stretch the bottom leg. Okay, hold here. Now we're just gonna reverse it. So bend the bottom knee so that your toe touches, switch, and then stretch the top leg as high as you can. The bottom knee goes down, switch the hips, stretch it out and out. Bottom knee goes down, switch, stretch the top leg, Keep trying. Bottom leg goes down. Switch the hips. Top. Good. Bottom. Switch. Top leg extends. Good. Bend the knee. Switch legs. And stretch. Good. Bend your knees all the way in. All right. Oh, good. Yeah, this is a spine corrector exercise, so it's definitely very Pilates forward. Let's do one more thing as long as you're comfortable. I feel like there's not a lot of stress on my neck or shoulders or anything, so hopefully you feel the same. We're gonna bring your heels to a V. Fold your knees in. This is a frog, yeah? Same rules apply. So what we're not doing is arching our back off the ball to straighten our legs. What we are doing is really sending belly to back to ball to mat. We're gonna try to press our heels out on the diagonal. Squeeze your legs together, keep this solid, and bend them all the way back home. Press, reach, and pull, pull, pull. That's it. Stretch, reach. Think of folding the hips, knees, ankles. I kind of love that this house music is coming on. Hold it, pull it, and it's super intense. Pilates on the ball. Here we go, stretch. Squeeze it at the end, pull it all the way in. Notice how I'm going on the higher diagonal. You can absolutely go lower, but ooh, is it gonna take a little more core connection? Pull it all the way in. Yeah, let's do 2 more. Press it out. Stretch. Pull it all the way in. Let's go one more time. Press it out. Reach. Hold it there. Point your toes. Little beats. Beat your inner thighs. Go. Boom, 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 boom. Quick, quick, quick. Go. 8, 7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. All the way in. Release. Good. Let's go ahead and take that ball out. Just let yourself come down. Ah, so good. Exhale. All right. Take the ball. Place it just above your knees on your inner thighs. Hips just rested. It's like your wide pelvis, sacrum, your wide ribs, they're just enjoying the mat. We're gonna squeeze in, squeeze in, squeeze in, release. So you go a little more, the most you got, and release. A little more, the most, and release. Try to keep both hips evenly weighted. Sometimes you do feel an adjustment in your hips, a little clicking or popping when you do these inner thigh exercises. Honestly, as long as there's no pain with those pops, you're probably just making some adjustments that were gonna happen inevitably. Good. And press, press, press. And good, yes. Press, press, press. And open, and press, press, press. Release. Let's go for 4. 4, 2, 3, release. Again, 3. Exhale can help. This is really great for core connection all the way down through the inner thighs. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Here we go. Press, press. This time we're gonna hold it. Surprise. Lift it up. Lower it down. Lift it up. Lower it down. Press into those triceps, keep your chest open. If you want to take your arms down, you can. Just make sure you're not crunching up your shoulders, yeah? We want nice wide collarbones. Just a glute bridge with a little inner thigh work. Good, 7, 6. Remember all that eye work we did. What is a good place that you can focus on the ceiling, or maybe you're doing this outside. To the sky. Last one. Lower down. All right, keep that ball in between your legs. Open your arms out to the side. Just let your knees roll to the side. Take a little twist of your waist. Send your waist all the way down. Good. And reach all the way over. Let's do it one more time each side. Send your hips to the mat and then twist. Good for you all for commenting. I hope you're doing your work though. I can always tell when the comments lag that you're all in the middle of the exercises, which is where I want you to be, you know? Yes. Good. All right, come on back to the center. Reach to the ball. Let's just bring our knees into our chest and rock all the way up. All right, we're going to go rolling like a ball with the ball. So take the ball, the pillow, whatever you got. You're gonna put it between your abdomen and your thighs. And I just want you to get into the tightest ball you have so you can hold on to it. Now you can have your hands on your knees for sure. Think about it this way. The goal is not to roll back to your shoulders. You don't have to. The goal is to keep this connected. So heels together, squeeze into the ball, into yourself. Everything is holding on. And let's just do a couple where we're rocking back a teeny tiny bit. Don't lose the ball. Try not to come disconnected from it. Good. Too cool in the morning. Yeah, I know. Us too. I went on a little walk today and it was very cool. Whew. But thankfully we've got these windows here because I can look up above the power lines and sometimes see some really nice clouds. Good. Let's go a couple more. And we're just rocking back and forth, trying not to lose connection. All right, and if you've never done rolling like a ball with the ball, I want you to watch the next one. Fingers crossed. You just keep your head in. Rock to your shoulders, rock up, never lose the ball. So you reach your hips to the ceiling. The other thing I'm not doing is kicking my legs, right? I'm not doing that. It's a strategy. If you find yourself kicking your legs and you can't stop, put the ball in between here. Same, but a little more hamstring work, yeah? So why don't you choose the version that works best for you? A final option would be to have the ball here or in your hamstrings and then no arms. I mean, holding on, okay? Woo! Yeah, I like the rolling on the trampoline too, Tracy. If it feels really clunky, I mean, get on your rebounder or just do the rock. Let's go for 4 more. Squeeze in. Oh, harder without the arms. Maybe with fists. Sometimes fists can help. That's better. 2. Last one. Oh my goodness. Come on down, stretch. Release. Yes, yes, yes. All right, we're getting ready to close ourselves out, you all. So let's come down. If you do have a ball that is made of harder plastic, I want you just to make sure that you are not putting it on your floating rib, okay? So you've got, your 11 ribs, and then you've got those 2 that don't connect down here. We don't want to put pressure on the waist because sometimes, I don't know, any number of things, it's just not great for you. So go up to the part where the ribs are connected and strong, where you can kind of feel that there's some solid bony mass there, and then put the ball under there. Try to get it to support. All right, so our goal with the ball is twofold. 1, to facilitate breath. So as you're breathing, I want you to think not forcing, but allowing your breath to reach into the lower rib so that you can feel the underneath side of your rib cage kind of pressing into the ball. You're gonna be like mind blown when we're finished with this. If you've done this before, just okay. So we're breathing into the ball. The other thing we're trying not to do is like collapse on the ball. We're trying to stay kind of lifted. So I think of kind of sliding my elbow towards the ball, like so. Instead of here, I'm doing that little underarm engagement. Then I'm just gonna keep the bottom leg bent. Let's leave the top leg here. And let's just start by lifting up, leading with the heel, lowering down, just getting into our side work. Now the great thing about the ball is that you can automatically tell if you're collapsing in your upper body as your leg lifts. So some of us just inadvertently will release and engage, yeah? We wanna stay engaged the whole time. Another option is also taking your other hand behind your head and just support your head there so your neck doesn't have to work too hard. Good, let's go 2. Now I want you to really stay lifted off the ball. Point your foot at the top, little tiny circles like golf ball size. Around. Everything else is really solid. How's your lower back? Is it wide? Is it breathing? Good. Guess what? We get to reverse direction. Go the other way. That's it. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, and 1. And flex your foot, kick it forward, go 2 beats forward, and then press it back as far as you can, squeezing the back. Good. Still striving through that unclugged rolling like a ball. Cheetah with the roll down bar. I'm here for it, girl. No worries. It took me a long time. I just say this. It also took me a surgery before it really got smooth because I had some things going on with endometriosis. But the best piece that I can offer is to really work your flexion between your ribs and your hips, like to the point where you feel like you're gonna cramp, because the flexors, when they flex a lot, not from your shoulders, but just from that midsection. One more, everybody. Good. Kick it back. All right, lower it down. And then what I want you to do is take your front leg forward and your bottom leg long, and then just roll out until the ball is closer to your armpit than it is to your rib cage. Yeah, he likes that bicycle. Good. Take a couple breaths into that bottom rib. Feel the stretch here too. So if you kind of inchworm your bottom leg out, you can feel a real opening on that underneath side of the rib cage. Good. I'm really happy that it's helping. It's a really great tool. Anything that, let's think about why it's working too. Let's move ourselves down. It's just kind of to the back of my underarm, like right here, and breathing into it. There's a couple different reasons. One, sometimes it helps release some tight areas. It helps provide support, but it's also helping, just kind of actualize what you have available to you. And I think that, in general, we, as human beings, we want to be seen, we want to be heard, we want to feel like we belong. And there is some correlation between like having sensation in your body and having a sense of belonging on the earth that definitely comes together. So good. All right, so what we're going to do is come on up. Now take your underneath leg, bring it forward. Let's come to a Z sit, which should be a little easier to manage. Take the ball into your left hand, and then just feel all this space, and then find your side bend over. Just roll your hand along the ball. High flash. Good. You might want to take your hand to your knee and just kind of hang back around it a little bit. It's always a nice stretch. And then come back to center. So bring your feet into a symmetrical position or like a diamond for a moment, and just stay. Take your hands forward and then lift the arm that was not connected to the ball, and then lift the one that was connected to the ball. Do you feel a difference? Do you feel a difference? Hopefully there is some level of opening underneath. Let's go to the other side. Okay, so bottom leg. Remember, we're not on the floating rib. We're trying to find that reach. We're gonna lengthen out. We're gonna lift and lower. Good. Up. That's it. Good. Keep reaching. You want to take your hand behind. As you work your breath, think of breathing down into the ball. Good. We're gonna go for 4. Thinking about that back getting a little wider. For me, that's been really useful lately. Lift up to stay, point your foot, little circles. Can we get them going? All right, come on, leg. Good. Breathe for 4, 3, 2, let's reverse. Ready, set, go. There we go. Never know if the brain is gonna pick up on the direction, 4, 3. We're gonna go into our forward back kicks. Flex your foot, kick 2 times forward, and then press it all the way back. I'm gonna flex to get back there. Kick, kick, press, good. Kick, kick, and reach it. So every time you kick, you want to feel like someone's giving you a pull on your heel, a pull of your leg, not out of the socket, just to get a little space around the socket. So like they're pulling you back, back, back. If you've got a partner in your house, a friend that can pull, I mean, please ask them to pull you. It is one of the best feelings ever. Good. Reach. Let's go. 3 and press. Oh, I thought we had one more song. That's okay. 2 and press. And last one. Reach, 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 and press it back. Good. All right, let's go ahead and bring that front leg forward. The bottom leg goes long, and then just inch yourself out a little bit and breathe. I'm gonna put on just a little other music so we can finish out strong. Good. Keep your breath going. There we go. I just about have the time. I was gonna say, it doesn't feel like we've been on for 50 minutes, but you know I always shorten these ones too. Like I cut the beginning when I was messing around at the beginning. There we go. All right, so if you haven't inched your way down to your shoulder, then go for it. The outside of your shoulder blade. You know, there's a report that came out that said that most people aren't getting the recommended amount of activity each week, which is at least 150 minutes of exercise. So depending on how you break that up, it could be 30 minutes for 5 days a week. It could be 50 for 3. But you all show up pretty regularly, so it's really great that you are, oh my fascia, yes. It's really great that you are showing up regularly, so I want to congratulate you on that because it was, I think the stat was something like 73% report challenges showing up. Like, we should just be following the YouTube channel. Come on. Come on, algorithm, show up. Let's get up here. Take the ball over and then big stretch over. Just enjoy it. Yeah, and so for those of you who aren't familiar with fascia, Christina is a teacher, so she's very familiar with it. And it's a kind of a hot topic in the world of Pilates and yoga. Your fascia is essentially your connective tissue. It's a beautiful web network that basically encapsulates all your cells and your muscle bundles and connects your skin, and it is like a web, so I always think of it like a soccer net. If you pulled one strand of a net on a soccer goal, everything else would follow, and that's similar to what happens with our fascia. So when you feel a fascial release, it's usually like untangling a knot someplace that's allowing everything to breathe a bit better, and so that's the good part of it all, yeah? All right, let's come into a diamond. You can come into a chair if you need to. And I just want to do a couple breaths, so reaching all the way up overhead, feeling that length, that lift, pressing all the way down, and then once again, bringing it up. Look for space. Sometimes I gotta close my eyes to get into that space where I feel like there is a little more movement possible. Think of lifting the back ribs away from the back hips, and I'm letting my shoulders lift up. Woo, call the Pilates police. Take me away. Yes, good, awesome. All right, let's come around onto our knees. Go ahead and make your way up to standing however you see fit. And then just like as a final test for today, not test, but just like a litmus test. Go ahead and see if you can stand on one leg. How does it feel? Do you feel that connection as you push down? Are you better able to lift up? That's our goal, right? Is just to create this connection within the body. For those of you who have not yet joined the Fall Renewal Challenge, I want to encourage you to do so. Yes, thank you, Joy. Don't forget, stream the workouts. There's so many of them. Send it as a gift to your friends. And I appreciate all the work that you're doing. Good, let's just do one more on each side. It does help. We're very close. Excellent. Proof. Yeah, right. Thank you, Colleen. I needed that revision. All right, everyone. I hope you're feeling amazing. I feel ready, more ready for the day than I did when I got up. Again, if you haven't joined the Fall Renewal Challenge, then please check out my Instagram or if you're on my mailing list, that's another way to join. We are heading into step 2, but you're gonna have the challenge for the month. So we went over exercise intensity and ways to approach movement and also nourishment, simple ways. This week is gonna be like a lot of information, but a lot of good information. We're going into hormonal imbalances, ways to work towards balancing your eating cadence throughout the day so that you can be in a hopefully more regulated blood sugar level. So it's not about dieting or weight loss, it's about energy preservation, stress, resilience, not about losing weight. That is not what we're there for. And so the reason why that came to mind is because all the systems we're working on right now, your body is designed to work as an ecosystem. And when something is out of sorts, like your fascia or your blood sugar or your mental health, everything else has to adjust. And sometimes that means other things are going to take on the brunt of the work to help out. Sometimes it means that you're gonna fall ill because you need to rest. And so we just wanna be conscious of this holistic way of thinking about our health and this challenge. It's really a course, but you know, you gotta get on Instagram, you gotta call it a challenge or else nobody wants to do it.